Hi everyone and welcome to GCSE Revision with MFS. In this video we look at viral pathogens. We focus on the key parts of the specification and how you can gain full marks on exam questions. Please ensure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to ensure you never miss a video from GCSE Revision with MFS. If you would like to join our live lessons, the link to book your place is in the description below. Okay, we will make a start now. So welcome everyone to our GCSE Biology lesson. In this lesson, we are going to be looking at pathogens and viral diseases. We're going to first start off by looking at communicable diseases, and then we're going to move on to the three types of viral diseases you need to know for GCSE. So we've got measles, we've got HIV, and we've got TMV. We're going to go through those three viral diseases. So if we make a start now, we're going to look at communicable diseases first. Now, pathogens are microorganisms that cause infectious disease. So if you ever realize that you're not feeling well, you know the microorganisms that are making you feel unwell are the pathogens. The pathogens are what cause you to feel unwell. Okay, so that's what you need to know. So the pathogens are what cause you to feel unwell. And they're microorganisms that cause the disease. And they can be viruses, bacteria, protists, or fungi. Any of these can be what is there making you feel unwell. It could be viruses, it could be bacteria, it could be protists, or it could be fungi. They can also infect plants and animals, not just us, and they can be spread by direct contact, by water, or by the air. So some key information there. Pathogens, key definition you need to know, are what cause you to feel unwell, because pathogens are microorganisms which cause the infectious disease. Examples of pathogens include viruses, bacteria, protists, and fungi. In today's lesson, we're going to be focusing on viruses. They can also infect plants or animals, and the ways that they can be spread include direct contact, water, or air. Okay. Now, bacteria and viruses may reproduce rapidly inside the body. Now, anything associated with virus is something that invades the body and reproduces really fast and causes lots of those microorganisms to be present inside the body. Now, bacteria, we will have a look at this in a later lesson, but bacteria release toxins. Once inside the body, bacteria releases toxins. Okay, so bacteria releases toxins, and the toxins, they damage cells. Okay, so the toxins damage cells, and the cell damage is what makes you feel ill. Viruses, they reproduce rapidly inside the body. Okay, reproduce rapidly, and the key thing here is that they reproduce rapidly inside of cells. Because they reproduce rapidly inside of cells, it causes the cell to burst. Okay, so if I show you an example over here, let's say we have our normal cell over here. This is our normal cell, and this is our cell infected with a virus. Okay, and these are the molecules of pathogens that we have. These are the microorganisms that we have inside here. Okay, so we have our viral pathogens here inside the cell. Now, whenever a virus enters the cell, it goes and attacks inside the cell. Viruses reproduce rapidly inside of cells. And eventually this cell will burst because it has too many of those viral pathogens inside. So eventually the cell will burst. And then when the cell bursts, that's what causes you to feel the illness. Okay, so the cell damage is what makes you feel ill. Okay. And bacteria, on the other hand, they release toxins once inside the cells, and then they damage cells by producing these toxins. Now, I've reiterated that point over here. Bacteria may produce poisons, toxins that damage tissues and make us feel ill. Now, viruses live inside and reproduce inside cells, causing the cell damage, as we've looked at it in this example. That's a key differentiation you need to know between the two. We're going to be focusing on viruses today. So bacteria, they produce these toxins, which causes the tissues to become damaged. And viruses, they reproduce inside of cells, causing the cell damage. Okay. Now, the first viral disease we're going to be looking at is measles. Okay, now for each of these viral diseases, you need to know how it's caused. So they're all caused by viral pathogens. You need to know how the symptoms of the disease, and yeah, there's some other detail you need to know as well, which I'm going to go through now. So measles is a viral disease. Again, key bit of information there, because normally there's a few diseases you need to know for each pathogen. So there's a few for bacteria you need to know, and so on. So it's really important that you remember which one's which. So measles is a viral disease, and the symptoms include a fever and a red skin rash. Okay, and it can be fatal if complications arise. So the key thing you need to know, it's caused by a viral pathogen. Symptoms include fever and a skin rash. Okay, for this reason, most young children are vaccinated against measles. Again, vaccination is a whole topic in the biology section. So vaccination means that the person who's had the vaccine becomes immune to the disease. Okay, so becomes immune to the disease. So as a way to prevent this viral disease, measles, people are vaccinated. Most young children are vaccinated so they don't extract in the future. And the measles is spread. You need to know how it's spread as well. It is spread by inhalation of droplets, sneezes, and coughs. Okay, that's how it's spread. So to summarize, you need to know the pathogen it is caused by. Okay, you need to know the symptoms. You need to know the treatment. You can treatment or prevention technique. And you need to know the how it's spread. Okay, so if we talk about this in terms of measles, measles is caused by the viral pathogen. The symptoms include a red skin rash, and a fever. Treatment or prevention is vaccination. And it's spread by sneezes and coughs. Okay. Key bit. So it's caused by the viral pathogen. red skin rash and fever. Vaccination is your treatment or prevention, and sneezes and coughs it's spread upon. Okay, so that's just summed up measles. Now HIV, what we're looking at is the next viral disease that you need to know for GCSE. Now HIV initially causes flu-like symptoms. So normally people with HIV don't know they actually have HIV because the initial symptoms start off normal, as if you've had the flu. Unless successfully controlled with antiretroviral drugs, the virus attacks the body's immune cells. So the purpose of this virus is that this virus attacks the body's immune cells. Okay. So it attacks the body's immune cells. And if it's attacked the body's immune cells, that means that the body cannot figure out a response to fight itself against this virus. Okay, so the body can't fight back to this virus. Because this virus, its aim is the body's immune cells, and that's the immune system is how diseases are cured in the body. But if it attacks the immune cells, then the body cannot fight back. And the way to control this disease is antiretroviral drugs. Okay. Now the last stage of the HIV infection is known as AIDS. Okay, and it occurs when the body's immune system becomes so badly damaged that it can no longer deal with other infections or cancers. So again, the overall aim of this disease is for it to attack the body's immune cells. Now, if it attacks the body's immune cells, at one point the immune system will become so badly damaged that now it cannot keep out normal sort of diseases, normal infections or cancers. Okay. And that occurs if it goes till that late stage, it's called AIDS. And HIV is spread by sexual contact or exchange of bodily fluids, such as blood, and occurs when drugs users share needles. Okay, so again, you need to know the pathogen. So it's caused by the viral pathogen. You need to know the symptoms. And the symptoms include flu-like illnesses, you need to know the preventions, antiretroviral drugs, and finally, you need to know how it spreads. And it spreads by sexual contact, sharing needles. And I've written down two there where you can also have exchanging bodily fluids. Okay, and a key thing you need to know for this specific disease is that the last stage of the infection is called AIDS. Okay, so moving on to our final disease, which is TMV. Now, TMV stands for tobacco mosaic virus. Okay, now this is a disease which occurs in plants. Okay, it's a widespread plant pathogen. Okay, so this pathogen affects plants. Okay, and it's affecting many of the species in today's world, including tomatoes. Now, when this infection infects the plant, it gives the plant's leaf a sort of mosaic pattern, and the mosaic pattern causes discoloration of the leaves, and that affects the amount of chlorophyll present in the leaves. And if it affects the amount of chlorophyll present in the leaf, the plant cannot grow. So this mosaic pattern, let's say we had a leaf here. Okay, so this is our leaf. It will sort of put in a pattern such as this, sort of mosaic pattern. Okay, so you can see this sort of mosaic pattern on the leaf, and this mosaic pattern prevents photosynthesis from happening. Okay, whenever, so this mosaic pattern over here, this is a mosaic pattern, and this mosaic pattern causes the leaf to discolor. So causes the leaf to discolor. And if the leaf discolors, then it cannot attract as much light needed for photosynthesis. Cannot attract as much light needed for photosynthesis to occur. So this means less photosynthesis is going to occur. And if less photosynthesis occurs, the plant cannot grow. So it restricts the amount of growth occurring in the plant. And at one point, there will not be enough growth and the plant will die. Okay, and to reduce the spread, you just strip the leaves, the infected plant off, so it doesn't spread by wind or water through the soil, anywhere like that. So it doesn't spread, just take off the plant. Okay. Again, the pathogen that it's caused by, it's a viral pathogen. The symptoms include a mosaic pattern on the leaves, okay. If you want to prevent it, you have to make sure that you don't have plants next to each other with the disease, and if you want to treat it, you have to strip off the infected plant. Okay, so it doesn't spread. Okay, so it can be spread through the air or the soil if they're really close. Okay, so we've looked at everything for today's lesson. If you have any questions, please do let me know in the Q&A. If you don't have any questions, then you can leave the meeting, and I hope to see you next week.